I know you haven't practiced yet, but I guess how impressed are you with the football knowledge of the staff from your time talking to them?
Oh wow, just top to bottom, I feel like this coaching staff's football knowledge is so expansive. It goes so far and wide. Like they're teaching me things and requiring me to know things that they're teaching me that I was never taught in the past, just because it wasn't emphasizing that offense as much as it emphasizes this offense. It's like reading defensive fronts, knowing what to do on what type of defensive front, just the amount that my football knowledge has grown just in this small amount of time just speaks volumes to their football knowledge, because that's where I'm learning it from. If that makes sense.
What are your expectations for how they're going to use you as a tight end and what they do with that position in a Mike Norvell offense?
Well, first and foremost, I'm just going to do whatever's sold to me, but I do expect Coach Norvell is a guy who's very good at scheming for the type of players that he has. So I'm expecting that the tight end position as a whole is going to be the type of position that's dynamic. We're going to do a lot of things. We're going to try to dominate the middle of the field through the passing game and be like a 6 offensive lineman. But I just expect to be dynamic, not just me for myself. I'm talking about like as a tight end unit as a whole. I feel like we're going to be a dynamic group who a lot of people don't know a lot about, but at the end of the season, I feel like they're going to be like, not the season, because the season's not in the time close, but the spring, they're going to be like, okay, wow, I like the way Coach Norvell uses his tight ends. I'm excited.
How important is spring for you, individually speaking, just to get comfortable in that system, what they're asking of you, and to take that next step since you've reached that point in your career?
Well, from a player's perspective, if the first time playing for a coach, you're going to just take it in and see how practices ran and see how they coach and see how they approach the field and the type of energy that they bring. Because I know the energy level is going to be very, very high, because it was high at 6 a.m. in the morning for mat drill. So when it's time to actually get on the grass and translate it to football, I know the energy level is going to be high. So that's what, from a player's perspective, I'm just excited about seeing how these coaches coach, because I know it's going to be very, very impressive.
Embrace being the veteran of that group. I mean, it's probably crazy to think about. He only got here a couple of years ago.
Right. It's kind of like the polar opposite role that I've had in the tight end room in the past, because I was the younger guy. I was the guy who didn't have as much experience at the tight end position, as opposed to this year. I'm the only tight end in the room with experience playing on the field, so I feel like I'm going to be one of the leaders in the room, definitely. So for me, it's a humbling experience, but I also know that I have to elevate that much more just because of the experience, and the younger guys are going to be looking towards me as I was looking towards the older guys in the group before.
What was the work and tour of duty like? Just going through it all.
Very, very detail oriented, high energy, intense. It was just, I feel like we got a lot better as a whole unit. Like as a team, the team got mentally tougher just because of what they were demanding from us.
What were the returns for you individually speaking, as far as weight loss, gains, and just feeling different in your body?
The returns for me from tour of duty, I feel like I became mentally stronger. I feel like my leadership skills have grown. From the weight room, I gained a significant amount of weight. I gained upwards of 20 pounds. So I just feel like this coaching staff is an emphasis on the little things, and those little things compounded into something that has produced great results.